What's going on there, Proton Gamers? It's Alex Proton of the Proton community. I'm here, and going into the third installment of a new series that I was planning on doing. Or at least I'd started, but I'd never finished. Today, we're going to be reviewing a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck. A specific deck that I played in a tournament and had some pretty good results. So, I thought I'd make a video about it, showing you guys, and you can let me know what you think about the build. Alright, let's move on. Now we're going to start this build off with 3 Solar Wind Jammers. Now, Solar Wind Jammer is the special summon power of this deck that doesn't run off of a spell card. If you have no monsters and you draw this card in your opening hand, he's the first turn that'll get you into the card. Next, going on into the next set of monsters, and this should reveal what the deck is if the title doesn't already. 3 Nanishi. 3 Karakuri Nanishi. This monster is the monster. This monster is the exact reason that you play the deck. He gives you the extra normal summon, or should I say she, although it's a robot, so... But without this card, you will not get much done. To put it simply, this card is one of the staples of the deck. But keep in mind, you can only use this effect once per turn, even if you special summon it. Now for the draw power, Nishipachi. And I'll be explaining this at the end of the whole thing. Nishipachi is pretty fun. He's a good Karakuri. He runs quick. He runs... Well, I just like the fact that he jumps in and then I can change the position of an opponent's monster. Like, if they have a defense position monster that they like to crutch off of, well, it's no longer in defense. It's going to have to take me on. So, yeah, run 3 of those. Or at least I recommend you run 3 of those. Hold on. And going into the next one, I like 2 Nishipachi. Or, no, that's Inashichi. Their names. We'll call him the Merchant. The Merchant does what the Merchant does, and that is, when he is normal summoned, he is just add to your hand a Karakuri monster. So he is the add power, he is the first card that you use when you're going into Naturia Beast in this deck. And yeah, he served me well in the tournament. Going on to the next, the new staple to the deck, I should say, because it increases its speed on recovery. Redox, Dragon of the Boulders. Now, Redox is good in special summoning earth monsters back from your graveyard. That can be something as simple as your Nanishi to your Barredo. They do it whenever they need to do it, and it always goes off well if you know how to play it. If there's a D-Prison, or not a D-Prison, a D-Fisher on the field, you're never going to get it, so don't even bother. Just try to special summon it if you can, or normal summon it, however you like. 2 Hypo. I prefer this instead of the other one. I don't even remember his name. He was the 1400. I like this guy because I can OTK with him a lot quicker and a lot easier. And he drops into defense, so he's almost like his own little attack defense, almost like the ogres from the old decks. Moving on to the other tuner that comes out really quick, Psychic Commander. This card can be special summoned pretty quickly, and yeah, it's a machine. No, it's a psychic. Yeah, Psychic's a machine. But he's a quick tuner. I can go into stuff like Barredo, all the good stuff for the deck. And we'll get on to the extra deck in a moment. Moving next is the 2 single monsters I run. I run 1 Kuik, because he's good attack, but I don't like him at anything else but 1. And 1 Maxi for draw power when I'm playing against people like E-Drags or any other deck that I know just special summons out the wazoo. So yeah, that's the monster build for this. Moving right along, let's go into the spells. I run 3 Instant Fusion. 3 Instant Fusion goes off into the special summon to the guy that you need in this deck, which is a couple of this guy, but you'd rather have 3 of this and draw into 1 and not need it, rather than to have 2 of it and never draw into it. I like the draw power that it holds up with. Moving on into the next section, this card is responsible for some of my best combos. This is Desynchro. Desynchros a monster and brings back the 2 materials. Now, what I can recommend you do with this card, because I do run Pot of Avarice, is don't play Pot of Avarice before you Desynchro, because then you can't Desynchro. You'll re-special summon absolutely nothing. In other words, you just loaded your entire combo back into your deck to a point to where it can't do anything. So yeah, run 3D Synchro. It's good for you. Good for you. Next up is the card that brings out the psychic cards and kind of saves the day when it needs to. This is what I like to call the dead hand get out, because this card gets me out of my dead hands. 3 E-Tellies. I love this card at 3. I just love it at 3. It works so well. When I don't have a psychic in my hand, or when I do and I've already normal summoned, it just comes in and says, it's okay buddy, you can still synchro. 2 MST. Not 3, 2. That's why. And now for the next part of the deck. Machine Duplication. I mainly use this card not when I'm going to synchro summon, or if I've already Beredoed and I have a monster, but I want to get another copy of him so I can synchro again. Well, this card generally helps. He also helps me go into Adreus. Heavy Storm. Karakuri Cash, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Pot of Avarice. Staple. Self-explanatory for all of them except Cash, but I like Cash because he's an add power. This deck has a lot of add power. It has a lot of add power. No, it has a lot of add power. And now for the traps. This is pretty simple. Royal Decree is here. 3 Royal Decree. If this wasn't obvious, well, congratulations, now it is. And that is the main deck. That is what I run for my primary deck, and it did me very well. And now moving on to the extra deck. Now you want to start this extra deck off with Triple Beredo. This card is your special summon power. He's also your draw power and your attack power. This guy is all around one of the most important cards in your deck. So if you don't have him and you're running this deck, I recommend you get him. A Scrap Dragon, because this card saved me twice. Once on an easier term, and once on a very difficult opponent. It saved me a lot. Yeah, I put those in the right order. Stardust Dragon. I didn't go into this guy as much as I thought I would. He was kind of useless, in a lot of ways. As in, I never needed him, ever. But he's nice security. Double Blu-ray. I don't like 3. I like 2 because I'm never going to sink into him a 3rd time. If I do, then that's because I've played out all of my combos and I have nothing left. So I like 2 because I felt like 3 was... the 3rd one just sat there. And I know the whole instant fusion thing I said, but him sitting there's a little bit more useless because you're never going to go back into him. I didn't play this in the tournament, but it works. Black Rose Dragon saves the day. I mean, I play this card and it just goes, nuke the field please, nuke the field please, nuke the field please. I feel that this card's going to save me a lot more now that I've got it. Naturia Landois stops effects. If you can go into him, he'll keep you alive for a turn. Naturia Beast stops all spells. If you're stopping all traps with the Royal Decree, Naturia Beast will do its job for spells. Didn't go into him except once, and even then he was useless, so run Tyrus, not this guy. Abyss Dweller was useless. Wind Up Zenmaines was useless. I legitimately want to get anything else but XYZs for this deck. And 2 Cybersaurs. And that is the extra deck. But we're not done. We have but one more part and then the little update at the end of the video. Now we're going to talk about the side deck I ran. Now the side deck I ran is pretty simple. 2 Cyber Dragon. I didn't go into this card as much as I thought I would. I didn't even use him that much. As a matter of fact, I think I used him once. He would have been better if I opened with him, but I only ran 2 because I honestly didn't see the need. Solar Windjammer kind of runs over him anyway, so it's kind of like a second Solar Windjammer, but at the same time, kind of not. So, yeah. I'd still run him, though, because there's a lot of situations where you can run into him. 1 Effect Veiler. Yes, I didn't main deck Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler helps, but I have Landois for that, and primarily I run into a lot of spells I draw that I don't need, so I can just mill them off. So, Yeah. No. I'd only run one, and even then I wouldn't really. Moving into the next set. This card probably saved me a few hundred times, if not more, and if you don't run him, I sincerely recommend you do. Triple Side Deck Iron Call. This card has saved me in that tournament a few hundred times at least. He allowed me to go into combos that saved my game or made my game. If you don't run this card in your side deck, buddy, I recommend you get it. It's not that expensive, and it's pretty fun to run. So, yeah. Two Forbidden Lance. Saved me twice. Funny. Two Forbidden Lance. Saved me twice. But still, card saved me twice, so I'd run a couple of them. Like I said, only side. Don't main deck that thing. There's a lot of more useful cards for that. Dimensional Fissure. Once. Horrible idea. Don't do what I did. Imperial Iron Wall I didn't have for the tournament, but I wish I did. And now it's time for the traps that could have been good traps, but they didn't do a thing. Solemn Warning. Starlight Road. Dimensional Prison. Fiendish Chain. Breakthrough Skill. These are the 5 rejected cards that I wish I hadn't even put in my side deck to begin with, and as a matter of fact, they don't even exist anymore. See? Isn't that better? But that has been my main Karakuri build. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Tell me what other decks you want me to run, or rather what other deck profiles you'd like my opinions on. And now for the ending update video. Recently I have hit 20 subscribers. Wow, the community's growing. I know, right? So, in this comment section below, it's got to be reasonable, but you can vote on a special video, and either I'll take your votes or I'll do the special video on my own. So, vote down there. Just tell me any crazy thing you can think of that isn't crazy illegal or crazy stupid, and I'll probably do it as a video for my 20th subscriber special. Also, don't forget to vote for the Bro Night thing. I already posted it. It's gonna be either down there, or there, or there, or there, or there. Depends what video you're watching or from what source. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been Alex Proton of the Proton Community, and we will see you guys later.